The best healthcare is there in ways big and small. There when we most and least expect it. We may not see it, but we feel it. It lets us know we're not in this alone. Everyone deserves a healthcare partner who never quits. One who's there for what matters. United Healthcare. There for what matters.
It's not just another day in your life. Things are changing for the better. At Comcast, we see those changes, and we're thinking about how we use technology today to live, work, learn, and play. And we're building for the future now, so we're better prepared for the wants and needs of tomorrow. That's why Comcast is rolling out multi-gig internet speeds to more than 50 million homes and businesses before the end of 2025, making our already industry-leading network even faster, smarter, greener, and more reliable. Over the decades, Comcast has been your partner, working hard to serve your community, and will continue to be your partner. We're expanding our gigabits so you can enjoy the tiny bits that matter most.
It's time to knock some things off your bucket list. First up, travel the world. If you've always wanted to visit Hong Kong or vacation in the Swiss Alps and wondered what it was like, well, Jeanette, Evette, and Tina got the scoop for you. These jet-setting divas are always at some fun and exotic place experiencing the best of what life has to offer. And each week, they'll tell you all about it. These ladies are always high-flying loads of fun.
Hey, I'm Jeanette.
And I'm Evette.
And I'm Tina, and we are the Jet Setting Divas. Hey, ladies!
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on? Oh my gosh, we had so much fun.
Have
we
y'all
just got back.
No, I'm still recuperating.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm refreshed. This, it's the weekend. I'm ready to go, but we had so much fun. I mean,
We did.
I think we as a team did a great job. We had some ladies to join us. I was so excited, to have some partners and some friends with us. And what did we do? Evette, tell us about our trip a little bit. Tell me where we went.
Well, we did the Jet West Wine Tour. This is our second go round.
Yes.
And this year we flew into Seattle. We drove over to Portland, Oregon, and visited a couple of wine bars in that area. We went to Willamette.
Yeah.
Is it Willamette?
Mm-hmm.
That's the name.
Wine bar. Really
That's
nice.
where it all started. We started at Willamette, and that was beautiful scenery. It was kind of overlooking Portland. So we were in Vancouver overlooking Portland. So that was awesome. Vancouver, Washington overlooking Portland, Oregon. Yeah.
So Willamette actually has a wine valley, a wine area right outside of Portland.
Mm-hmm.
On the other side, but we didn't go that far.
Yeah, we didn't go that far. Yeah, and then where we go from there,
Okay.
Jeanette.
we went. I wanted to try a place called the Trap Kitchen in Portland. It is an authentic soul food restaurant. I think they're based out of San Francisco,
LA, something like that.
Yeah, LA, somewhere in California. So we went to that area. And that was in Portland. That was Trap Kitchen was really a good experience.
Oh,
they had really good lobster. I don't know about the size because I wasn't able to try those, but I did.
I heard they were good. I know the greens were good.
Okay, I did enjoy what I had there. So if you're looking for soul food in Portland, try out Trap Kitchen.
Yeah, but Portland was something.
You know what was good? That fried snow crab.
Oh yeah, that was different.
Crab. That was pretty good. That was different. That was the first time I ever had that. And we had that pineapple bowl.
Yeah,
it was a pineapple bowl.
Not a rice. If you're a rice person, that's a good thing. Kind of more like that Hawaiian type.
That's
deal.
what it was.
But Portland, did y'all feel like Portland was kind of an interesting place to go?
It was.
We tried to go to a wine bar. It's kind of in a real cramped area. And, so it was just kind of, I don't know if I would want to go back to Portland again. I think I'd probably want to go deeper north or wherever or more south?
So I would go to the southern region of southern area of Portland where the wineries are at. But I was honestly a little bit disturbed because there were so many homeless and just
Yeah.
people everywhere walking. It was a
Yeah.
crazy experience in
Yeah.
Portland. That homeless have really taken over the downtown area, which
Yeah.
makes it not be as nice to go and visit.
Yeah, but I
I'm
think
sure we didn't have a whole lot of time, but I'm sure there are some better parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
think
that's
so
just
too.
where we were introduced to.
Yeah.
I know there are some beautiful places on the coast.
Yeah.
Mhm.
People go hiking, they do all kind of different things,
Yeah.
and we didn't make it all the way
Yeah.
into
Yeah.
Willamette Valley. I
Yeah.
think it's nice
That's
over
would have
there.
been nice.
And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
something that we want to do, probably go more into the wine valley that we didn't do this time.
Yeah.
And then, from there, going across the bridge and, just planning ahead.
A lot of
Those are
traffic.
a lot of traffic, because we did kind of do a real deep trek. We kind of like, landed in Seattle, Tacoma, drove to Portland, which was opposite of where we were actually going. And then we went back, but we had some good time and back in Seattle again. I just enjoyed Seattle. My goodness.
Well, we went back to one of our old favorites, Salty's.
Yeah.
Everybody really we had been to Salty's before, but we weren't able to see as good of views as we did this time. The weather was really nice in Seattle, and we were able to see the whole city from Salty's.
Yeah, and
think
tell us about that Airbnb. That Airbnb we had was pretty nice. A couple of hiccups,
nice.
but
Yeah, well, so we rented an Airbnb. It was a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, like a townhome style place. It was fairly new, nice. The accommodations were good. Everybody was comfortable. We was just at a good 5-10 minutes from wherever we needed to go. But the traffic is so bad on the Pacific Coast right now. It is crazy. But I do believe they said Ed Sheeran was in town. So it was just like people everywhere, and the traffic was really, really bad.
Yeah.
But the highlight that I love what we did in Salty's was great, and it had great food. But I love that hot tub boat.
Oh, the hot tub was that was so unique. That was
something that everybody got to go try. You remember we did the aerial view when we were in the clear bottom boat in Turks and Caicos. I think this was our comparative, like going to that, something that no one else has done, and I think I really enjoyed that.
I had never seen it before.
A hot tub in a boat in the middle of the ocean.
In the middle of a Lake Union.
Yes, that was pretty awesome. And you can see all the beautiful other yachts and boats and everyone coming in, and
the seaplanes.
They had the seaplanes. That was pretty cool.
And both of the bridges, the two larger bridges in Seattle, we were able to see both of those. I really enjoyed the weather. We were in that hot tub, but outside of the hot tub, it was really cool. It was early in the morning. It was just a great experience. We could bring our own food on. Yes. It was just really, really nice and relaxing.
Yeah.
So what was the weather? It was maybe 50s, 60s?
Yeah, it was, but it didn't feel like it because of course we were in the hot tub, but you didn't have that beaming sun, which was awesome, and you didn't have the, we were able to bring food. That was the because you're thinking a hot tub, but it was rocking a lot, but we had all the right containers and making sure that we had everything we needed to drink and eat. I don't know if drink and eat.
Time. Yeah.
Although we were on the water, Tina had a great idea to use these little small Tupperwares. Mm-hmm. So we were able to put our food in there and eat and not get everything all wet.
Yeah.
Yes, that was
cool.
That was just it was a what they call a serendipity. That was kind of like an accidental discovery. I was like, I'm just gonna buy it, but I think it worked out good, and it was able to be used a couple of other times after that. But I really enjoyed that hot tub, and you. How did you like driving? I don't know if everybody got a chance to drive, but I was like, that was like a different experience. The driving and just trying to get back in, where we were trying to go, and we went out pretty far.
Well, you driving the boat?
Driving the boat.
Yeah, driving the boat was fun.
Driving the boat.
But it was a little tricky.
Self-guided. So we don't have anybody in there. It's us.
Yeah. That's the thing that people don't know either, that we were actually driving the boat.
Yeah,
so nobody's driving the boat for you.
let's explain now. It's not like driving a boat, driving a
It's
boat.
steering.
It was really,
steering.
it was a joystick
Your joystick.
that you drove the little boat around. It was really neat. It was really neat.
Yeah.
I had never driven a boat before. That was my first time, and it was
Yeah.
fairly easy.
Yeah, that was fun. You know, you first, you look like, oh, we're gonna have to do this all by ourselves, and then they send you out in the ocean, and they have all that stuff kind of like tucked away. Like, here's your life jacket, here's everything you need. But you don't want to be in a life jacket in a hot tub. So we just in our our swimwear, and it's like, hey, nobody fall over.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
But he said it wouldn't tilt over, which was really, really good.
Yeah.
They gave really good rules. And then, from there, that was just an enjoyable time. And then, we was ready to go, get on that trek and go to Vancouver, British Columbia. And
well, we did go to the market. We went to the Pike.
We had a beautiful time at Pikes Peak. Yeah.
Pikes Peak. We did quite a few things over there. Pikes Peak Market, which was, wonderful. But that experience was way better than last time with these things.
So we were able to have the best. That was one of my highlights of this trip. Besides the wine, it was the seafood. We had the best oysters that I've ever tasted in my life at Pikes Peak. Those best oysters. We had some great smoked applewood, smoked salmon. That was so good. And
I wanted to eat that every day.
I would, and that's what I would say. If I lived there, I would be eating a lot of seafood, and I would definitely be having a lot of flowers in my house because they have so many beautiful flowers.
And very affordable.
Yeah, they have a lot of flowers. And then and then that was pretty cool. And then we kind of packed up and we went back to our coffee place. Our coffee highlight.
The big Starbucks Reserve.
Yes.
What is it? Roastery.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they have a bar. They have bakery. They have pretty much everything. Is whether they grind the coffee beans or roast them or whatever they do. That's pretty cool.
One thing that I would say that was different from last time that we went is that those sandwiches that we had. I think a hack is to get there early because we got there closer around lunch and they weren't as fresh as they were the last time we went.
Yeah,
so
and they don't reheat them or anything.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what about Vancouver? I really enjoyed Vancouver.
The tour, we took off, got ready to go to Vancouver, and of course we had to make stops. We had to go
before we got to Vancouver. We got some tacos. Don't mess with our tacos.
Yeah.
We stopped out there, have a nice little tacos, little shop right on before we kind of got on the main stretch because that was probably about a 2.5 hour drive.
Yeah.
Well, we did stop in. We had Chateau Saint Michelle wine.
We sure did.
We sure did.
Oh yes, that was another highlight. I definitely know for our guests that came with us, they really enjoyed the pictures, the scenery, the wine, and we got to taste some different wines that we hadn't tasted last time. So that was really good.
And not only that, we also stopped by a whiskey bar and had a whiskey.
Yes, that whiskey bar.
That whiskey tasting.
Yeah, we did that a little too quick because you couldn't do it. We shouldn't have did that tasting of 5 in the amount of time that we did. I think usually people are there a couple of hours, but we didn't have a couple of hours.
Yeah.
But it was pretty good. It was pretty good. And it was impromptu. So that's kind of one of those things that people should know. You leave out of Chateau Saint Michelle and you leaving, and there right outside the door is a whiskey, tasting place with beautiful scenery. So you could stop off there and just try something different.
And this is in Woodinville.
Woodinville.
So Woodinville, what was the whiskey place called? Woodinville Whiskey?
Woodinville Whiskey.
So.
Woodinville Whiskey. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. That was pretty cool. And then we made our way over to Canada, and I mean the border. Okay, well I'm gonna let somebody talk about the border.
Well, Evette, you were driving. Me and Tina are the main drivers, but it so happened you were driving.
I know.
Yeah, I had to get us on into Canada. And people really, this is good information because we really didn't know what to expect, crossing the border. What were they going to ask for?
Yes.
What did they need? Were they going to ask any questions? So basically they wanted a passport for everybody in the vehicle. And it was 5 of us, so we had to give them 5 passports. He did ask, a couple of questions, but I believe he was a little distracted because someone else in another booth had to come over and was talking to him about something that was going on over there or whatever. So when he came back to us, he just handed the passports back and was just like, all right, ladies, have a great time.
Yeah, which was interesting because and understanding, I think depending on where you go in on the border, I've gone in, from the Detroit side into Toronto, and I don't remember having my passport. If you were just driving, but this was then again pre-COVID. But now, when they said they want everyone's passport, and then they ask those questions like, where you going, how long you gonna be here? They, just like when you were in regular, security for, leaving the country by flight. So
they even wanted to know how we knew each other.
I think that was a little bit deeper.
They were just really. So don't be alarmed if there's a lot of questions, and definitely bring your passport.
I guess they wanted to make sure that we wasn't smuggling or stole or kidnapped somebody.
They did ask about alcohol and drugs a couple of times too.
Yeah.
They want to know, do you have any alcohol? Have you been drinking? And the funny part about this, we leaving wineries and you're going into another country where there are wineries like right at the door. So it's kind of hard, one of those things that you have to definitely be really, really careful, about who that designated driver is. But that was fun going into Canada. Oh, that was awesome. That was a great experience getting into Vancouver.
And Evette, tell us about that Airbnb, because that was another one. I think I saw it and sent it to you or something. But it had a hot tub. It was in North Vancouver.
You sent that to me. You picked it. This place it was another little townhome type. Not little. It was pretty big. 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath. We had more room to move around in this particular one because we stayed there a little longer than the other one.
But be careful.
It had a hot tub, in the backyard. We were able to spend some time, enjoying and playing games, in the backyard. Really nice kitchen. So it was nice. We were in North Vancouver.
And one thing to keep in mind, when you go to Vancouver, you got to think about that's a cold area. So they didn't come with central air conditioning. And that was another thing that we wasn't like really used to coming from Texas. We used to the central air and, being nice and cold and having to work more with fans. That was kind of like the thing that you have to come to, to know about going into other countries. And a lot of those places in Colorado and a lot of places, they don't have like the central air conditioning. They really have like more of a heating system because it's always cold as opposed to, something blowing cold air. So,
but the weather.
Yeah, the weather was really big. One thing that I'll say about that Airbnb is that it was a little, the pictures were different than what we actually saw when we got there. And
so you always have to pay attention when you go to Airbnb.
One other thing that we noticed, this was somebody's personal residence.
Yeah.
And I think that Evette, you were saying that if we going forward, we probably wouldn't pick someone's personal home that someone lives in.
I have to look that up because I don't know. They don't disclose that They didn't disclose that information until they gave you the password and stuff like that to actually get into the home.
So you had really already paid for it. You had already paid for it.
You have to ask those questions, I guess, up front.
You have to watch that. So I would say if you ever lease a Airbnb, send a message to the one that you have an interest in prior to booking it and ask that question.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I would want to lease a personal home.
Yeah, because it was a lot of their personal items. A lot of things was locked up. A lot of things was kind of like, oh, you can use this, but who wants to be, going through somebody's refrigerator and using their products?
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was a little like, we're gonna buy our own stuff, and and just things like there's some questions that you don't even think to ask, like making sure they have all the amenities, like they're going to have, paper towels, things like that. Right. You would assume that when you say this amount of people are coming, that they would be there. But when it's a personal home, it's a little different, than when we've gone to places where it is strictly an Airbnb.
They did a good job of we can tell that like they removed a lot of their things and locked them because there was a lot of locked doors. They locked them up in closets, locked them up in the garage, locked them up wherever. They really did remove and locked their personal closets. Everything was pretty locked. but still, I wouldn't want to do that again.
Yeah. And and it definitely. And another thing I'd have to say about that Airbnb is you have to also, you ask maybe those questions about, we're all adults, we want to be in an adult environment. I kind of felt like we were kind of not right. This is a personal home that had children or small kids and a lot of, not that I have anything against the kids or anything like that, but when you're adults, we wanted more adult like things, wine glasses and things like that. We didn't want to see sippy cups.
There were a lot of baby bowls and sippy cups and toys and bunk beds and
a big bear sitting in the corner with a little ovens, easy bake ovens. I could have probably not had to go there. I mean, if it was probably one that really, really was more adult like, that would have been even perfect. Yeah, but I mean, that was like, we did some great stuff with that. We did the Aquabus, and
Aquabus was one of my highlights for Vancouver. You can really see the city well on the Aquabus. We were able to go to a lot of different stops. Again, we had more great seafood in Vancouver.
But get an all-day pass. Don't just get a pass to the next island or the next area over. Get the all-day pass.
So why don't we keep everybody anticipated and continue our on our next week podcast. And tell them all about Vancouver.
Vancouver. Well, I'm Jeanette.
And I'm Evette.
And I'm Tina. And we are the Jet Setting Divas.
Please stay tuned for the next part 2 of the Jet West Wine Tour.
Tune in next Thursday when the Jet Setting Divas will tell you about another fun destination spot that you'll want to visit. For more on their excursions, log on to ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
Hi, I'm Shaletta Brundage. I'm a media personality, podcaster, and a business owner. But my most important role is mom. 3 of my beautiful kids have been diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. When I didn't know who to trust or where to turn, I found ACRA. ACRA provides home care services to families all over Minnesota. The care is not one size fits all. They know each one of my kids is unique. They listen to what resources we needed and what's best for our family. I've seen my kids grow and thrive with ACRA's in-home care. While autism is the most common diagnosis among ACRA clients, ACRA offers personalized in-home care services for people with disabilities, chronic illnesses, behavioral diagnosis, and mental illness. They work with children, adolescents, and older folks too. Find out more about ACRA at their website, acrahomecare.org. ACRA helps me provide my kids with a better quality of life. They can do it for your family too.
Summers are a great time to park it. So take time to make time in your glorious Minneapolis parks. Now when you enjoy your beaches and lakes, piers and playgrounds, trails and paths, you can also stroll through the Minneapolis park markets. Now through the end of August, there's a park market every Friday evening at Minnehaha Regional Park. And there's a park market every Sunday afternoon and evening at Lake Harriet. Meet local artisans and small business owners selling unique goods and handcrafted items created right here for you. And with every park market, there's always live local music too. August is Black Business Month, so be sure to support the park market vendors of color. Park markets. One more reason to park it in your Minneapolis parks. To find locations and hours, go to minneapolisparks.org, then click on Activities and Events and look for park markets. Your research is done and you've made the decision. You're ready to get the COVID-19 vaccine. Here are a few things to know before you go. Vaccinations in Minnesota are free, but bring health insurance information if you have it. It's okay if you don't have health insurance. You don't need it to get the vaccine. Bring your legal ID too, if you're comfortable sharing it. But a legal ID is not required for you to get the vaccine. When you get your shot, you'll get a card with information about your vaccine, or you can keep track on an app. It's easy to find the closest clinic or pharmacy where you can get your free vaccine. Go to vaccines.gov for your nearest location. That's vaccines.gov.
Children's Minnesota, the leader in specialized healthcare for kids, is here to raise awareness, standards, the bar, the stakes, the question, the curtain. On raising kids' health to the highest priority, kids need equal access to healthcare, more pediatric expertise, a voice for change. Kids need us, all of us. So let's raise them up. Children's Minnesota, the kid experts.
Do you worry that lead-based paint in your older home might be dangerous to your children or kids who visit you? Well, Hennepin County put those fears to rest. Hennepin County offers free lead tests and home assessments. If they find anything, eligible homeowners and landlords can receive up to $15,000 for work on the home, including new windows. The government banned lead-based paint 45 years ago when it was discovered that lead poisoning can affect development and cause permanent damage in young children. But 75% of those homes built before 1978 still contain some lead-based paint. As the paint degrades, it can make dust that little kids ingest when they're crawling and putting things in their mouths. So make sure your home is safe and hazard-free. Learn about testing and that $15,000 grant at hennepin.us/lead control. That's hennepin.us/lead control.
You know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African-American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast-quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.